A very good afternoon, everyone. I hope I am audible to everyone.
Yes, you are.
Okay. I think people have joined and we should start. We are already 5 minutes late. A very good afternoon, everyone. I, Twinkle Marva from Geo Informatics, your host and presenter for the session, welcome you all to this webinar. As a part of Geo Informatics team, a leading provider of metrology products and services, we had privilege to work with clients from various industries to help them achieve precision, accuracy, reliability in their measurement process. In this webinar, we will dive into the topic of aerospace and how our quality management software plays an important role in aerospace industry. With this, I would like to hand over the mic to Mr. Sanjeev Gandhi, the director of the company. Sanjeev, sir, please start.
Yes. Very good afternoon from India, and very good morning to Sam from India to US.
Good
I think
afternoon.
many of team members have joined, and let me start this webinar, which is very important from our perspective. And you see on my left side, along with our logo, aircraft, which means today is a day when we'll be talking a lot on aerospace. And once again, thank you so much for sparing your time to us. Thank you so much for, I will say, coming out of your work and giving us 1 hour, 1.5 hour maybe. And we will assure you this time is going to be very useful. Geoinformatics, some of you know. My name is Sanjeev Gandhi. And today, my colleague, Mr. Sam Golan, who is founder of HighQA USA, he is going to be the prime speaker. At this point of time, I will only say Mr. Sam. He is the founder of USA, very enthusiastic in the domain of CAD CAM, in the domain of quality management system. He lives in US, he travels all over the world, including India. But I will leave these words reserved for Sam when he is speaking in after 10 minutes. Many of you know Mohit. Mohit is my head of quality management team. He lives in Bangalore now, and many of you know him from perspective of selling the products and services to our Indian customers. Thanks, Mohit and team, for organizing. The reason I'm showing you this green color picture from our HighQA friends is to just give you a message. HighQA USA is known for solutions for aerospace and very, I will say, qualified solution, which means you will be able to use it irrespective of the country, whether you are making the parts within the country or whether you are doing some outsourced projects. We will be talking a little bit on that. Extreme right is Sam and all our team members from Sam's team. This is our team, Indian team. We call as a Indian QMS integration team. I will just check my voice and my screen is visible to everyone. Someone can just help me out that way.
Sir, you are
Yes, sir, it is
audible.
very much audible.
Perfect. Uh, when we say we work with Sam from US, that is not sufficient. We need to have our own team who is trained by Sam's team, and we are equally good who are able to handle local work, local integration. So we are the Indian team, and all my engineers, they are residing either in NCR, which is our Ghaziabad region, or in Pune or in Bangalore. So all the three places, north, west, south, we have presence there with the hardcore people who are trained, who are educated, who are experienced, and who are working with some of your organization from last at least 10 years now. I have seen this invite by my team. Very clearly mentioned, today we are going to talk about aerospace solutions. Why we chose aerospace today? Why we are talking about aerospace nowadays? Of course, automotive is a mother of all metrology and QMS needs, if I use a word, because automotive was the, I will say, large manufacturing base from where lot of effectiveness, lot of efficiency has come. A lot of quality management solutions are being used in automotive, which were borrowed by aerospace industry over a period of time. Aerospace industry requires lesser, it's a batch production rather than series production. Not everything, of course. I may not be saying the right words, but not everything. But a lot of automotive learning have gone into aerospace. So today we are very fortunate to have Sam, who is right now at I think 6 o'clock, 6:30 in the morning in US, is supporting us in Indian market. I have put aircraft again in near to Delhi, which means Kanpur. We have HCL Kanpur. We are working with many organizations in Nasik and Pune, and of course South. Be it Bangalore, be it Hyderabad, be it Trivandrum, we have aerospace organization. So Geoinformatics, just an introduction, is available in many places near to you, near to your offices. Simple slide. Geo is geometry and engineering. Since it's informatics, it's a technology, it's a software, it's a IT solution. So marrying geometry with IT is a geo informatics, and today we'll be talking a lot. We are almost 25 years old company or young company, known for quality management system, known for metrology, known for automation and stuff like that. Many departments, and we believe the technical is our backbone. We are not a company where we talk price based sales. We are talking about technical based sales. So many of you, you will be vouching for that, I guess. So various departments are there. Little introduction about our company. As I said, in our place, different places we are located. Our boys are everywhere having different machines and software solution. Some pictures I'm trying to show you. As I said, it's a team with whom we work. We keep participating in various events. We keep educating our Indian market. We keep talking to various platforms, various forums, and whatever we learn from our colleagues from Europe and USA, we try to bring that thing also to India. And whatever we learn from India, we also try to give back to our other colleagues within restrictions of non-disclosure forms. This is our tagline. We manufacture, you manufacture, we measure. All of you are manufacturing organization. Some of you are manufacturing child component for the aircraft. Some of you are from government organization building the whole aircraft. Some of you are doing design of the aircraft components. So most of you, I will say, fortunate to see many organization in this domain. Most of you are manufacturers. So we are able to give you solutions for measurement. Little slide, lot of partners, but just focus on aircraft and HighQA. Today, I'm not going to talk anything else. Today, we are going to focus on experts, our Sam, and he's going to talk on HighQA. But these are my partners from various countries where we talk about a vision system, where we talk about, I will say, product like 3D scanners, product like gear testing, online measurement, etc., etc. But as I said again and again, today we are focusing mostly on HighQA, US-based solution for the quality management system. When I say why I want to show you satisfied customers, because all of us, for example, we are like partners to HighQA, HCL is our customer, but Boeing, HCL is a customer for Boeing, a partner for Boeing. Similarly, every organization is connected together. So whether it's an electronic manufacturing system like mobile makers, all the big names, or FMCG like Hindustan Unilever, or medical applications like Indo-MIM, Biocon and all, or you guys, aerospace, we are serving you from last 22, 23 years in our country. Proud to say, very proud to say, this journey has given us a lot of experience by working with you. We have learned a lot from you, and all such kind of learning goes back to our solutions. Automotive organization, as I said, automotive is mother of most of the metrology activities. Defense, government and defense, HCL is one of that. Today we have a lot of colleagues from HCL, ADA, AD, BEL and all. Education. Without touching education, how can we survive? IITs are very important for us, and they are also our customers, our partners in our products and services. Well, this is all I want to speak about company, about introduction, without taking too much time from our Sam. Sam, now I want to invite you to take over. I will be, you can share your screen, and now all yours for next 35, 40 minutes, and we can listen to you about your experience and about your knowledge. Thank you so much. I'm just stop sharing right now.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Gandhi. I'm gonna share my screen in a few seconds. I will appreciate if you can let me know if you can see my presentation.
Yes, sir, we can
Yes,
see.
You can see my presentation, my slides.
Yes, sir.
yes.
Thank you. So thank you everybody for taking the time this afternoon. As Mr. Gandhi mentioned, my name is Sam Golan. I'm the founder and the CEO of HighQA. HighQA is a manufacturing quality management system. And we started this company about 10 plus years ago, following my 25 years experience in manufacturing, CAD/CAM, and realizing that quality is somewhat behind in terms of automation. And because quality requirements are growing and growing and growing, and we're going to talk about it today, it's not enough to do good parts. It also a lot of documentation that's like FAI, and then a lot of what we call PPAP stuff that born in the automotive industry and now adopted by the aerospace industry and medical as well. A little bit background about HighQA. You can see here on the upper left side, the aerospace and space, HighQA having more than 1,300 customers. Almost 70% of them are aerospace and space. And you can see here names like SpaceX, Rolls-Royce, Lockheed Martin, Boeing, and many, many others, including defense company, including the US Army, and many, many others. We have partners worldwide, and Geo Informatics is one of our, I call it executive partners. We have many, many customers already in India, and it's important to have a partner anywhere in the world who can support your product, who can provide services to your product. It's a product that has a lot of functionality and required training and of course ongoing support. And we are proud to have Geo Informatics, one of our executive partners. When we talk about HighQA, and I'll try to go quickly over a couple of slides, give you the scope of our solution, and I'll jump to a short demonstration to give you the feelings of hands-on, how it all really works. And I will try to do like a quick round from 2D print, and I will mention also model-based definition, all the way to FAI, and talk about PPAP, control plan, FMEA, etc., which is integrated in HighQA. But you can see here, we approach the whole quality management system by understanding that quality has mainly three steps. The first one is when you get 2D print or 3D model, and in aerospace, 3D model become more and more popular. We support it very well as well, but I will not spend time today. And if there will be a question, I will try to answer at the end of it. But when we talk about part and job planning, we take a 2D print or 3D model and we extract all the quality requirement in seconds. And we started to add quality requirement at the beginning. HighQA is a database-driven solution. So every layer of requirement from 2D recognition is added into the database. So it's criticality, it's inspection plan, it's statistic process control, it's in-process inspection. All those layers of requirement that we need to provide to our customers is added at the beginning of the process. Before we start to make part and before people asking a lot of questions, and the idea is to eliminate interpretation internally in the manufacturing facility and definitely when we outsource it to a supplier. Now, when we have all this layer of requirement in the database, then comes the product and data collection. So the production and data collection is HighQA, collect or receive or import any inspection results from any inspection tool exist in the globe. And I'm glad to say that Geo Informatics covering this area extremely well because they are expert in metrology. We know metrology, but for us getting inspection results, it doesn't matter. But it's important to have partners as Geo Informatics to handle all your quality gauges, micrometer, caliber, CMM, whatever it is, connected to the network, and then all the results come automatically into the database. When results coming into the database, they meet the requirement that we added earlier. And now all we have is automated FAI, automated PPAP, automated SPC, sampling, everything you need, it's pretty much automated. On the right, on the left side, you can see partial list of functionality. So we start with balloon print, model-based definition with PMI, inspection plan, bill of materials, sampling, gauge management. That's important, and I'll talk about it shortly. Then, of course, automated data collection, FAI, SPC, not just after you have results, also real-time SPC data collection, non-conformance, and as I mentioned, automated APQP, which is the PPAP stuff and control plan. We support all the processes with internal workflow, trigger-based. We can manage supplier as well. We don't need to talk about it today. And very important, third-party API integration. HighQA integrates with any third-party software, any ERP system, SAP or Oracle or others, every PLM system via API. That means that nobody needs to write a specific code for integration. That means that when you do integration with ERP, for instance, then when version goes up by ERP or HighQA or Windows, the integration should hold and you don't need to write it again and again. So quickly here, as I mentioned, we are a database-driven solution. I'm gonna try to do a little bit quicker run here so you will see it. As I mentioned, we start with 2D print, we bubble it, extract the data, you will see it shortly, or model-based definition. Model-based definition is a different way to look into it. There are a lot of challenges in model-based definition. The bottom line, we solve the problem for supplier or manufacturer because model describe the part, quality is a process, and I call it close the gap between MBD to quality processes in a very intelligent way. When we talk about automated inspection plan out of it, very important is in-process inspection. FAI deals with the finished part, but we always need to do what we call manufacturing operation, not just manufacturing, but it can be heat treatment or plating or whatever processes you need to do. HighQA supported, and in this place, this is the give you the idea how we can integrate immediately with control plan or FMEA from part level. I'll talk about it. Tool and gauge management. We integrate with any tool and gauge management that you have, but this one is integrated with HighQA. So the idea is to have a complete traceability about which tool used for each feature, who used it, what date, what time, what part number, what job number. So traceability is super critical when we talk about aerospace, let alone that we handle the alert for calibration. A lot of component here that enables you the complete automation as well. As I mentioned, this is production and data collection. We take results from any inspection tool. On the right side, tools that are generating digital results comes automatically into HighQA. On the left side, any manual Bluetooth wireless gets to HighQA using PC, tablet, iPhone, whatever the case. The whole idea, HighQA is a paperless solution. We don't say start from paper and jump to paperless. There are interim steps that you can take and use less paper. So one of them is, of course, a complete data collection, not on paper, not on Excel, although you can fill it up on Excel and we will get Excel directly into HighQA. As I mentioned, we also handle SPC. When you do massive component of parts, then if you need to collect SPC data, it is integrated. This is one of requirement when we talk about the PPAP stuff. So it's also integrated with HighQA. Then comes the automated endless reporting. And whatever report you need, the system will generate. You can design any type of report. So again, we can go more and more, but this is very important. And I will conclude my PowerPoint here by showing you that the PPAP is a tab in HighQA solution. It's not Excel anymore, but it's integrated solution in HighQA. That means that anything that you do on the part level will automatically propagate into the document level. So there is no redundant job, there is no copy paste. Those forms that you need to submit to your customer are in the database. You can build your repository of document, by the document, by the part, by customer, a lot of flexibility. And I'll show you kind of quick example, what does it mean? And then come, of course, the supply chain management, which I will skip now, and then we'll jump immediately to the presentation of HighQA. I will ask my friends at Geo Informatics. Everybody can see my screen with the 2D print?
Yes, we can very well.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here is an example of FAI, and we need to run. We have about 20 minutes, right? Geo Informatics, just keep me on time.
No problems. Keep going.
So as I said at the beginning, here is a 2D print with a requirement. Just quickly here, you can see we can open any CAD file. It can be CATIA, ProE, Siemens, SolidWorks, but we will focus on this one. In HighQA, the first thing that I decided to do when I saw how slow is the process in quality is to take any 2D print, click on a button, said auto balloon, a lot of option here, and click OK. I saw people bubbling print takes them hours, sometimes days, with a lot of interpretation and labor and stuff like this. Let me do it again. So what happened is when we take the 2D print, we extract the data to a bill of characteristic. And actually what you're going to see here is a complete what we call digital transformation. So we took a picture, which is PDF in this case, and we convert it to a real data. You can see the bubble print here, and I'll handle it very quickly. I don't want to spend a lot of time, but you can see what happened in 10, 15 seconds. All the bill of characteristic is now real digital data. So aside of saving a lot of time from people doing bubbling by print and then take it and put it on Excel, still it's not data. On Excel, it's Excel, the print is a print. But now if you look here for a quick second, when you look into dimension 17, you will see the level of the recognition. You see 17.1 is diameter, 17.2 thread, and then through position. All of them are here. And I believe you can see my cursor clicking on it. And it's more than just 4. We're talking about 12 requirements because we have 4 hole multiplied by 3 requirements. And you see the multiplier here. Quickly to the right side, you can see the diameter is highlighted red. And database, this is the key component. 17.1 store in a database 4 times. So in the database, you have 12 requirements, not just 3. If I will click here on multiply requirement, you can see all the 12 here. And that just show you that this dimension, and you see that you can spread, of course, all the dimension to the relevant holes here, and that's done. But again, if you have 50 holes here, you may need to see 150 line, and that's why we don't show it, but it's in the database. At any time, I can reset all of them, and we are back when we were before. So again, I don't want to spend, there's a lot of option on this first stage, what we call downstream preparation. It's about quality management system. It's not just ballooning, because we also manage revision. If you have an engineering change, we compare between the drawing. You can see where are the changes needs to be done. You can apply them, and we keep all revision in place. As you see my cursor here, revision. I want to move forward to FAI, so I'll take a couple of steps here. If I will go and start to say, okay, for FAI, I need to extract data from title block. So I'm going extract title block text, right? And I'm capturing the part name, and I'm clicking on it. And by the way, I'm not using keyboard almost at all. Keyboard means mistakes. So you see the part name is in the database. Now I'm taking the revision and put it in the database. So we have part revision. In your case, it's very important because you may have jobs coming outside from India. Part of them inches, part of them metric. In this case, it's metric. We support dual unit. We found many cases and many places when people needs to convert units, they're using calculator, Excel, and we found a lot of mistakes, mainly after the decimal point. We don't say do it like Excel or calculator. In HighQA, all we need to do to convert between units, it's click on those 2 arrows. One click is metric, one click is inches. So that's also gone away. It's not a magic. It's all already done in the database at the beginning of the process in the first 10, 15 seconds. Another thing you need to do here is report on material. And when I'm clicking on material, I'm going to capture the material. And this material now also in the database, as you see on the right side. For material, of course, you need more data. It's not enough just to say material. So every time you would see pencil in HighQA, then you can add all the relevant information for material, code, specification number, the search number, who is the supplier that you bought from him the material, or your supplier, and you can upload the search, and the search will be always in a database. I'm picking up arbitrarily something here, 266 something, and now my material is in the database. Talking about aerospace industry, there are auditors coming to audit you, and they ask for the search. No need today to run and find it in folders, subfolders, or any hard copy. If you go here, you see material and processes, and here's my material. Here is my search in the database. Nothing got lost. Nobody needs to do ever save as in HighQA. It's all saved automatically, and nobody will lose anything here. I'm moving forward a little bit to say, let's create inspection plan. But before then, I want to go here, for instance, to perpendicularity. As you see, it's, of course, here. And I can cite designators. So I said, this is flight safety. And you can build your own designator, of course, here. You can assign gauge category. It's important because it's a flight safety, your customer requires bore gauge. I know it's not right, but just give you an idea that you have all the tools, what we call downstream preparation. We would like to avoid any interpretation from the shop floor or quality department, definitely from outside supplier. Another layer, if we're talking about SPC, you can, that's fine. If you would like to talk about SPC, then you can assign, let's say, CPK, PPK. You just click on it, and now perpendicularity going to get data. I'll take another feature for CPK, PPK, if you're familiar with it, collect data. Now that's it. That's all you need to do for SPC. If you go here on the tab, then you can see SPC here, and you can find out those two feature I selected. And when we get production inspection results, SPC will be filled up automatically. So talking about downstream preparation, there are more that you can do here, of course, but I don't want to spend all the time show you all the feature function, but I believe it's clear that downstream preparation is done very quickly. And now we create what I call the common language for everybody. Okay, I don't do copy paste. The system knows exactly where I am. Okay, and now you see the what we call the common language, which is the inspection plan. I believe you can see it here. I put Tata because I think it's your customer, Geo Informatics. Here is the title block data, the material, the part. All the requirements are here, including the safety, flight safety and the bore gauge requirement, and it's all ready to get actual. Now, actual can come here even manually, as I mentioned, but I would like to show you a better way to get inspection data. I will close it, and you see the system asks me if I want to save it or not. Usually you save it in a folder or subfolder. I don't save it. And quickly here, the reason I don't save it because it's automatically saved in my report. Now you can see inspection plan, you see the date and the time, it's a US time. And every time you need to see any document, it's always in the database. And you want to see it again, click on the eyeball, and here you go. Now, when I say you don't save it and it's stored in the database, it's important to mention that HighQA works against jobs. So if you will not create job or we are not getting it from ERP, the system, when I'm creating PDF, will create a job. But quickly here, when we get job from an ERP system, you have a job number, you have the quantity, okay? And then you can assign already what are the quality requirements based on your customer requirement, like AQL, acceptance quality level, inspection level, and you can manage it in the way. So when I'm creating a job, okay, the system not just creating job, it built for me everything, including the lots, the sampling that I need to do, designator, notification, file, and this is very important, which I'm going to talk about it. You can see here, auto create PQP document. This is the PIPA. You can say at this point, all I need here is standard new part PIPA index, what workflow I would like to use, right? And have your workflow in my repository. And once you do it, okay, once you do it, there any
एक
question?
सारी में सबको एक एक कॉमन पैटर्न से या तो फिर सबको अलग अलग
There are no,
पेंसिल पे क्लिक करना
you need to be on mute, I'm sorry. Okay, so we have everything, and now we work, of course, against job. and I have all the quality requirement ahead of time. So everything's saved against job number. You can have master job number. Let's say my customer wants 10,000 pieces of something. So you can create master job, and every time you need to provide him 1,000 pieces, there is a sub job. It's all managed here with your ERP and directly with HighQA. Now, I would like to simulate here, we don't have a lot of time. I would like to simulate here FAI, reading results from CMM. So every CMM, I'm going to export the part as CSV. Every CMM output data, I'll put it in the desktop. Every CMM output data can be, I'm gonna put it Geo, desktop. It's open. Now you can see Geo here. Every CMM, VMM, the output is either CSV, XML, or text file. And the team at Geo Informatics will confirm it. They are the expert, of course. But you can see here the part in a CSV format. We have here the nominal, and column X, we don't have actual. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the nominal and convert it to a results like I have CMM results. Okay, Control C. And I'm going to do it here on column X, Control V. I'm going to save it. Now, very important. In HighQA, you don't need to do import like I'm going to show you shortly in 2 clicks. We have import inspection results coming from a folder sits in your network, and all the results coming into this folder automatically and directly into HighQA database, okay? So what I'm going to show you what happened behind the scenes, okay? I can bring it in, and then once I bring it in, you have all the results in HighQA, and have all the results in HighQA. I don't think I, presets, Geo, okay. So once you have all the results in HighQA, okay, you can, of course, create what we call the, okay, I can do it next, finish. So now I can create what I call FAI in 1 click after I have all the inspection results in HighQA, okay? So now I can go out here and I'm creating FAI, 1-piece report. My FAI is completely ready, and all the data, all the results are in the database. You see Form 1, Form 2, Form 3, right? And all the attachment and everything is actually in the database. As usual, of course, I'm not saving it, but you can have here tons of results. And if you have failed data, you can have what we call non-conformance, as you see here. So you can fill up immediately non-conformance. So it's all rounded completely around, starting from 2D print all the way to inspection plan, incoming inspection, and of course the report. I can close it, of course, and I can open it again, and I would like you to see the HighQA database, and I can open it again. Nothing got lost. All the information stays here against the job, as I mentioned. If you see here on the report, right, now I have 2 reports. I have the SAS9102, and I have the inspection plan. Quick question for my friends at Geo Informatics. Can I continue in another 2-3 minutes about the PPAP stuff?
Yes, yes, you can surely go ahead by another 5-6 minutes, no problems.
So now when we talk about, we are here in the system, we have job number, we finish it, and I can go to my PPAP document. I'll just simulate a little bit and show you more than that, okay? And I'm saying, okay, this customer needs standard new part PPAP, okay? And I'm clicking bring me. So at this point, all my submission forms are here. Design record, part submission, FAI. and whatever I did on the side of the part propagated automatically into here. So if I will go here, and I would like to emphasize something very important, how this stage of what I call downstream preparation already propagated into my PPAP document. So if I'll go to manufacturing operation, okay, the system said, okay, this is your finished part. I know you know how to do FAI, but what happened from raw material, which is the block of aluminum, all the way to the finished part? So I'm going to simulate, if I'm going to do the first operation, roughing, that means I'm going to rough the part, bringing it to this shape, and I'm going to leave some material for semi-finished, finish. As you remember, I'm coming from manufacturing industry. So I'm taking the width, and I'm taking the length, and I'm taking the height, which is my box in a way. So I'm adding operation. So one operation already added, and I can add as many operations as I need, not necessarily manufacturing. As I mentioned, it can be plating, it can be heat treatment, all type of operation. That's important when we talk about control plane, FMEA. So you remember when we talk about pencil, now we can add data. Now you can see here, very important thing. This is where we are starting to work on our PPAP stuff, control plane. You see process. This is your company process library. And you can have here 500 processes, not necessarily only milling, manufacturing, cutting, whatever it is. You can have your other material, all the processes that having impact on your control plane, FMEA, etc. But we want traceability. So I would like to pick up the machine that's going to cut the part or do the rough operation. That's important. I work in work cell, so I can create my work cell. I call it milling. Okay. And I have title for it. I have a lot of stuff I can do. I don't want to spend time. And then I click OK, and I have operation 1. And then up 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So the system is smart enough to handle all type of operation. And the system is smart enough to create operation sheet. Now you can see only three measurement for what we call roughing is highlighted. So I can create inspection sheet. Of course, I can go and create my PDF, right? As you're going to see here. And I can create inspection plan for OP1. And I can handle the, you see the nominal and tolerance are for the finished part, but you can add, and you see nominal value. I can add nominal by percentage or number because I need to leave material from the nominal itself, which is the finished part. So I added a little bit of material, a lot of capabilities here, and I create inspection plan for operation 1 and operation 2 and 3 and 4. So all of them is done, and you can handle high QA processes without needing to get out to any other system. And you see OP1, again, actual. In this point, probably actual will not come from CMM, but it will come from here, from data collection on the shop floor when we talk about OP1, 2, 3, etc. When we go back into the inspection plan, and I would like to touch base a little bit here. So when we talk about the PPAP stuff, okay, when we talk about PPAP again, okay, now there is option here, what we call to fill up my process library, right? And now you can fill up your process library. If you go for any type, like call it milling, whatever the case is, you can see below what millings is, what is the P-flow and template FMEA. You can build here, add new row or stuff like this. So you can add here all the failure mode, right? And when we go here into setting, here you're going to build up your component library. You can say, here's my system component. I have indexes, and the indexes can be FAI, standard PPAP, And each one of them contain all the information, all the forms that you need. There are workflow. So what you see here actually coming out of the box, you can add your forms. If you need different form customization, can be done. Going to system component, you can go and create other indexes. You can build it, as I mentioned, based on your parts. You see here, and you can create folder, and I can create Boeing, for instance, right? So you can create all your hierarchy and add, you see Boeing here, and under Boeing, I can create another one, subfolder, sorry, cancel. I can create another folder scoring landing gear. I think I wrote it right, save. And under landing gear, I'm going to get all my parts. And under all parts, I can drag and drop all kind of what we call indexes or separately forms. And once it's ready, the system will automatically, if you remember in the job level, let me go back here to the part and I will conclude here. In the job level, if we are here, right, I can set up my PQP and said, okay, for this part, I don't have it because I don't have everything. When I fill it up, then the system will automatically propagate the PPAP requirement automatically. We don't need to do anything, and it will be filled up automatically into the system. So I try in half an hour, try to cover as much as I could. There is much more into HighQA, but I want to give you the idea on from start to finish with FAI without any manual process, any clicking on Excel, any clicking results on a piece of paper, including PPAP, that we can avoid a lot of copy paste in Excel and a lot of tabs completely automated. So with that, I would like to conclude and thank you for the time. And I leave it to my friends at Geo Informatics probably to go with question and answer. Thank you, everybody.
Perfect. Thanks, Sam. Thank you so much for your time and information. Since we have time and we have kept that time for Q&A, question and answer. Twinkle, probably you are able to see the questions and can you take up? Sam and
Yes,
me probably like to answer.
yes, I'll just start with the questions. Uh, First question is from Mr. Rangaswamy. This is any solution for production parts inspection report?
The question?
The question is if you have any solution for production parts inspection report. Very quick
Absolutely.
reporting is a requirement.
Absolutely. Yes. I showed FAI, but you can go production. As I mentioned, in production, you have multi-parts report. As I mentioned, in production, you have sampling. That's what happened when you do production. We collect all the data for production. We have customers that are making thousands of parts on a daily basis. In aerospace, definitely in the medical environment, the answer is yes.
Okay. The next question is, our customer have different PPAP format. Can we customize these formats?
100% yes. It's not just that we can customize. I'm going to share my screen again. Can I?
Yep, you can.
Okay. It's good to show in the live what I mean by that. You see here, when we talk about single piece report, but you can see here report designer. Can you see my screen, Geo Informatics team?
Yes, we can. We can see your screen.
You have report designer. I'll click the report designer will open, and it's very easy to design any report. By the way, all your reports are here in the report designer. and you said, oh, my customer needs just to add another column, another header. So you can take existing report, change whatever you need to change, and then it's stored in the database with a new name. All the report designer connected into the database, so you can drag and drop fields from the database on what your customer needs. On top of this, if your report is Excel, we can import your template. So, sorry, I'll stop sharing, or I leave it like this, and maybe I will answer through another example. Please go ahead with the questions.
Yeah.
Yes.
Next question is, do this software work like an advanced PLM software?
I didn't understand the question.
The question is, do this software works like an advanced PLM software?
Okay. When we talk about PLM, product lifecycle management, the answer is absolutely yes, and even more. The reason I'm saying is when we talk about PLM, product lifecycle management, and aside of my experience in manufacturing, I built PLM company that owns by Dassault today, called Enovia. PLM in many cases is about check-in, check-out. It's about the metadata. It's about who changed the file, why they change it, what is the reason, what is the date, more or less metadata. That's definitely HighQA, but HighQA does much more. We are handling the content, what's inside the file. As you know, the bill of characteristic. When we talk about, I'm sharing again my screen. When we talk about revision management, okay, and you bring it now, it's existing revision, but I can, you see, add revision, and I'm bringing another print that has engineering change. The HighQA compare between the content. So the two prints are on top of each other, changing color, and we show where are the differences. And when we accept it, we add balloon, we delete balloon, whatever you need to add, and this second revision is here. This, what you see here, is like check-in, check-out, but we handle also the content. So that's a big plus. Sorry about the long answer, but I thought it's important to explore more.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. The next question we have from Rangaswamy, Mr. Rangaswamy, same. In the production environment, our inspection plan has to be dynamic, WRT, sampling inspection report. Can I use my previous inspection report data to decide dynamic sampling plan?
I not clear. I completely understand the question, but when I heard dynamic and I heard production and I heard sampling, I'm trying to connect the dots. So HighQA, when you create sampling, that's one thing, but sampling may change from different reasons, because you may say, I need to inspect 300 pieces, and based on this, an AQL, acceptance quality level, and other parameters, I need X samples. But if you said, let's say I need to make 30 samples from 300, so every 10 I need to check. But you may say, not the way this I want you to do. You need to do 10 samples, but from the first 10, you have to check every 2. And if every 2 comes perfect, then on the second 50, check every 3rd or 5th. And if it's not good, then the system will calculate automatically where you need to go back and change the whole sampling plan based on the results. There is another way to look into it when we call dynamic sampling. We have a big customers and that they are having 300 suppliers, and they are having critical parts that they get into their warehouse, which is about 1,000 miles away from the headquarters. Can you hear me? So what happened
Yes, we
is,
can hear you. Sam.
go ahead.
Please carry on, Sam. We can hear you.
Okay. So the supplier that needs to provide them 1,000 pieces or 300 pieces on an exact date, and based on it, the warehouse, the incoming inspection, calculated the sampling and the whole inspection process. Then suddenly, instead of 1,000 pieces, came 500 because his machine broke or whatever happened, and they need it urgently. Before HighQA, they need to contact the headquarters, and it took them a day and a half to recalculate everything. Today, on the tablet, they have all the information, the job number, the quantity, all the requirement for incoming inspection. They're done by the headquarters, and it's provided remotely because it's in the network. They change the quantity, they get approved by the headquarters in one click, and then all calculation for sampling is changed based on real life that happened at the same minute. So again, it's a lot of capabilities about sampling when we talk about manufacturing.
Okay. The next question we have is how the tools can be captured in this.
How the tools, the inspection tool, you mean?
I
Yes,
guess, yes, it
yes.
is correct.
Okay. So if I'll go here back to HighQA on a part, okay. I mentioned here, if you remember, that I selected a feature, I can assign here a tool category, okay? But I didn't go there because of time. But as you see here, all your inspection tools are here. So when I am selecting an inspection tool, the system required the tool ID. You see gauge ID 145 here, gauge ID is 174 here. So we can get the exact tool ID if you scan barcode, QR code, enter it, take a picture, whatever the case, we require. If you don't give me the gauge ID, I will not accept inspection results unless you have a general gauge ID, and then you can force the system. This is not what I recommend. But the idea is that I want to see if I have something here to share with you. Oh, I have some example here. Yeah. You can see here, when I'm talking about, for instance, depth gauge, when I'm taking results with it, the system store all the usage history for every inspection tool. And you can see here an example, usage history. We know the part number, the job number, the lot number, the serial number, the results, failed, more. If non-conformance, open, what operation, what gauge ID, who is the user? It's the user, date and time. So we collect everything automatically. How it's done? Because the system can manage users. That means not everybody can do whatever they want. It's user and credential. So you log in the morning to the system, we know who you are. You don't need to log in. If you have Active Directory, then people who knows what is Active Directory, it's one login, you don't need to do more. But we know the user. We know the job number. We know the part number. We know the feature number. We know the tool number. We know the date. We know the time. It's all done completely automatically. Now, here is an example. I'm expanding a little bit. You can see here, those red, if someone will try to enter results from those that are, you see, expiration status, they didn't go through calibration or whatever reason, retired, we don't delete them because there is an history as well here. But you will not be able to enter, nobody will be able to enter inspection results from tool that is out of calibration. The reason being is here. You can see here system setting, and you can see here allow expired gauges. Only system admin that have higher credential. In some cases, you may have, hey, this Mitotoyo already calibrated and I'm going to get the certs tomorrow, then you as a manager can check this box and now I can get inspection results from Mitotoyo. Other than that, the system will not enable anything to do this. There are much more into it. I didn't want to spend time, but you can assign automatically tool categories in your process. Said every angularity, I want you to check with this, every circularity with this, and these are only a tool category, okay? And then when we extract data from 2D print, the system will automatically assign tool category for specific feature or bit of characteristic. Long answer, sorry, but we are here.
Okay. The next question is it possible to get the dimensions in this Excel sheet by directly connecting it to the metrology file?
You definitely can get anything to Excel from here. Absolutely. The system
Exactly.
enables you to export to any format, anything, anytime. You see, export path, I did it for CSV. You remember when I did, I simulated inspection results, but I can export it as XDFX, CSV, SPC. I can export it for, even if you are using different SPC or different, we can export the part any shape and type.
Sam, I can just add one point here. Any shop floor equipment, be it digital vernier, from a level of vernier to the level of CMM, can be added directly into the system. And within our
Absolutely.
country, we have done this work with a couple of organizations. I can surely name some of them. For example, LG is one of the company, of course, not in aerospace. Second one is the Motif, which is the oil and gas, component producer. All the CMM shop floor equipment are being engaged together.
Right.
Okay. The
Next
next
question.
question we have is, so we do not need macros to convert the data into organized Excel sheet?
You don't need macro, you said?
Yes, macros.
Absolutely nothing.
Okay. The next question we have is, in Form 3, can we enter minimum and maximum results reported in CMM reports?
Of course. Look, when we talk about import inspection results, I'm going to show you probably something here. I believe I have it. You see a results mapping, okay? In results mapping, if I have everything here, all results, you can see that we bring from the CMM in this case, the actual, the nominal, the upper tolerance, bonuses, everything we bring from CMM. I can bring any data from CMM, VMM, R machine. Their way of presenting it on a report, this is report designer, easy to do, no limit on any data. Whatever the CMM makes, generate, we can take and show on the report.
The next question we have is, how to create new tolerance table apart from the already given international standard table in the software?
Okay. In the part properties, you can see below here, tolerances, right? And I can say, here is my decimal table or tolerance table, right? And you can see here, edit. So I can do decimal table, any shape, form. I have SpaceX, I have KV, I have J. So you can click here, you can add and call it another name. Call it, I'm playing, of course, call it Boeing, whatever it is. Then you create your English matrix, whatever you need. You can go here on the range table and you create range table and surface finish table and fit tolerance table. It's a lot of capabilities. And once you save it, let me be clear. When we go on this one, just to make sure we understand what I'm talking about. in, let's say, SpaceX, which this is its tolerance table, all the GD&T on the part, okay, all the GD&T that are on the part, on the drawing, will be recognized by HighQA. All the non-GD&T, when I don't have GD&T, we're going to take it automatically from the table and apply it on the bill of characteristics. Okay? Hello?
Yes. The next question we have is, does the tool read a document which is scanned PDF copy of a printout?
If we can, of course, we can read any document. Now, to make sure, you saw here, we did it in, there is echo, guys. Somebody needs to be on mute. When you have document or PDF or scan of a scan of a scan, here is the biggest important statement. There will be no document or drawing, whatever the quality is, that you will not be able to finish it in HighQA. This is one statement. Second statement, it may not be take 15 seconds, it may take 5 minutes or 3 minutes or 15 minutes, depends on the amount of the bubbling stuff. But here is my third statement, which is super important. Once you do it and you invested a little bit more time, all the bill of characteristics here are trusted, okay? In many cases, and we have customers that having drawing from the 60s on Sikorsky, and it's mainly repeated part. And they work on it weeks on 19 pages of hand drawing, not drawing done by CAD system. And they, in HighQA, instead of doing it in 3 weeks, they do it in 3 hours. But right after that, all of those bill of characteristics below are trusted. When they're gonna get the part again a year after or 2 years, they don't need to do anything again. They're gonna give it a new job number. They don't need to balloon it again. They don't need to do almost nothing. So the whole idea is that do it, whatever. I'll give you an example. I don't know, we have a lot of time. Let's say we bubble this print and it's not a good print, okay? Let's say the first thing I want to do is, you see I'm deleting one of the balloons. Let's say I missed 1 or 2 or 5 balloons and the print is very bad and it's hard to see in the balloon jungle what I missed, because this is the first thing I want to do. So in HighQA, you can go here and click a white out balloon, and now it's very easy to see what missed. And I'm going to fix it in 1 second. I said, okay, this balloon is missing, so I can move it, I can change that size. I don't want to do it now. But see what happened, because I deleted, now I'm adding new balloon number. I deleted number 13, but I got 25. 25 is n plus 1. It's always the last balloon plus 1, because we quality management system. The system, because I deleted it manually, the system think that it's engineering change. In engineering change, when I'm deleting feature and adding new feature, I cannot use the same balloon number. But this is not the case here. So the case here is that I can go here. Let me just do this. In this case, I can go and create renumbering, and now it's all, oh, I didn't use it here. And I can go and okay, and I have 13 back, right? So I can do this very well and not miss balloon. But I would like to review quickly the whole balloon here, which will take me minutes, sometimes more than minutes. You see here, I'm standing on balloon number 1. It shows me its flatness, and I'm saying, okay, reviewed. See, the system takes me automatically to 2.1, and I'm saying this is good. Then through position, it's good. No, it's thread. Through position is good. Now it takes me to the linear, said mistake, It's not linear, it is diameter. It's not 0.25, it's 0.27. You save it, you click good, you move on. Now see what happened on the left side. You see reviewed. So now you know it's trusted, okay? That's the only thing you need to do. It will not be 15 seconds. It may be 10 minutes. But now all the bill of characteristic is trusted. I explored more on this because it's important, because you're going to face probably more than one old drawing or scan of a scan. No issue. You can do it here. Once it's done, it's finished. Now it's in the database. Next time, give this part number another job number, and you're done. Okay?
Okay. The next question we have is ballooning auto ballooning or manual?
Say it again.
Is ballooning auto ballooning or manual?
Yes, of course. As I do, I added manually balloon here, of course.
Maybe
Okay.
I can answer this differently to this gentleman. Ballooning is auto ballooning. When we say one click ballooning, is say auto ballooning. But there will be always some dimensions which could not be ballooned automatically. In that case, we have semi-automatic ballooning. Just by clicking with the right mouse, you will be able to balloon that. So 90% of the time, it's a automatic ballooning, and then some cases it is going to be semi-automatic.
Okay. Uh, the next we have is how the CMM report will link to respective ballooning. For instance, if we are measuring 30 parameters in CMM, but the part having total 50 dimensions, how will the software identify the balloon number between CMM report and drawing that we ballooned using HighQA software?
So there are two questions, and I would like to apologize. I have another meeting in a few minutes, but let me answer this question again. Okay. By the way, all the questions that may not be answered, please share, and we
Yes.
can answer it, one by one. We will not skip any question. You see my screen again with
Yes.
HighQA? Okay. When we talk about inspection results, first of all, our recommendation is that when we create the inspection plan, if you remember in the report, right, it's still here, and this is the inspection plan. The CMM guy, when he programmed the CMM, Hexagon or PCDMS or Mitotoyo and Cosmos or Calypso Zeiss or whatever you use, we recommend to put our dimension, the balloon print, if it gets in the feature of flatness, another number like 72, just change it to 1. If you are not going to do it, we know how to handle it. I'll show you. But if he's not going to do it, no matter what, when you have results, someone needs to connect the inspection results to the drawing, right? So you may go and say, oh, I don't going to balloon my print. I'm going to get inspection results. And then the results, somebody will take it and correlate between the results and the drawing. This is wrong way to do it. But again, you can do it. That's one thing. So if you put all those balloons number to the relevant feature in the CMM program, and I know CMM good enough, it's 1-to-1, no problem. You may say, and this is something that we considered as well, you may say, I need 1,000 parts and I have 500 CMM program already in my machine, and I'm doing repeated part. I don't want to go and change 500 program. That's why I showed you the mapping here, and what HighQA does automatically in results mapping. I'm going to open the part again. So in results mapping, when I'm getting inspection results, even if it's not our balloon number, you can see the checkbox. Because we bring all those information from CMM, I can figure out by myself what exact balloon number on the drawing against the results from CMM. When it's 100% match, then you're going to get it here and you will see checkbox. The reason you see all checkbox, you remember, I copy the nominal and make it actual. In case, let's say number this 10, okay, is not having checkbox. This is sampling, by the way. I can say I'm dragging this. I said, okay, this one belongs to here. You see the red box, bragging red, assigned to this feature. When I'm doing this one, I'm creating template. So you can create template one time, and from that point, for this specific part, whatever programming you have already in your CMM, you don't need to do anything. So it's one-time templatizing, which you're going to have maybe 10% that you need to match, because I can recognize it 100%, whatever results I'm getting based on my bill of characteristic should match. All right?
Perfect.
Thank you.
Sam, I will say we can carry on the questions. We ourselves can carry on the questions as you have to leave for the meeting. Good
Need
thing
to
is
leave.
more the questions, it means more interest was there in the audience.
I would like again to thank you very much for taking the time. I can tell you that Geo Informatics is one of the best partners we have. Highly knowledgeable about HighQA, highly dedicated to customers, and they have all the support they need from us. If needed to come into India, as Mr. Gandhi mentioned, I'm on the plan and I'm getting there.
Exactly.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sam. And audience, we will carry on your questions. As I said, we have a full team available. I'm not sure whether they can unmute themselves, but shoot the question. You can shoot the question. I can try to answer.
Okay, we have a question, sir, here. Uh, can we generate balloon drawing using a scanned copy of part drawing?
Nice question, because this is a very typical Indian problem where we have a lot of 2D drawings in a paper format. And those are the drawings from old, like legacy drawings, particularly from the government customers as well. So answer to this question is yes and no. If the drawing is in a good quality, the paper drawing, what I mean, then of course we can scan this and make it as a PDF of good quality, and then we can do most of the ballooning automatically. But we have also experienced sometimes drawing, which is a paper drawing itself is not so good quality. In that case, we still do the scanning. Those PDF files we can do ballooning semi-automatically, where we have to pick some of the dimensions manually and correct it. So answer is it all depends on the quality of the hard paper. Maybe my colleagues, if someone is able to confirm that, maybe Ayush, if you are
Yeah.
available, maybe you can
Yes,
talk
sir.
as well.
Yeah. So, as Sir has said, Sanjeev Sir has said correctly. So, scanned copies, depending upon the quality of scans, you have to increase the manual intervention. And of course, scanned levels are also different. So, that depends upon the number of qualities, number of dimensions, and the quality. So, you will be getting the results out of it. But anyway, your full inspection planning can be covered with the very interactive is interface with the HighQA software. You can able to see all the dimensions using the whiteout options. You can able to find where are the missed dimensions, and you will be able to get them captured.
Right.
Okay. The next question we have is, can you please show how SPC reports are getting generated?
Okay. Ayush, if you can share your screen, I'm not very sure, but I can try to answer in the meantime.
Yeah.
SPC is an integrated SPC in our software. This is not a software which is designed to do full SPC like any other SPC software will do. Sometimes we confuse this software can do like Minitab. No, this is not a software to do such kind of detailed SPC. But when we say we can do SPC, what does it mean? My team member Ayush is going to show you.
Yes. So as you have already seen, and our partner Sam has already shown you the way how SPC can be done and how the integrated SPC serves the purpose of real-time data monitoring. So you have the automatic database in here. You have the options to generate the SPC inputs, so that will allow you to trigger the SPC for these selected dimensions, and you have the option to click on this monitor SPC that allows you to take on all the measured values from the samples, and you can define the target CPK and target PPK value. After this, once you have the automatic data, you directly go into the SPC module. There you can able to see the different run charts and in the form of variations over here. So these bullets will allow you, will represent the number of samples that you have used, whether you have used 2 samples, 5 samples, or 30 samples, all things in real time. Apart from this, another good part you can able to find out here is, since we all always talk about database driven software, so this software also allows you to specifically look for the dimensions which you require the most. Other dimensions, using the uncheck option, you can able to disable them. So out of these dimensions, if I want to uncheck the dimension number 16.3, which I do not looks very I do not want to use or see the SPC for, I can uncheck the box and it gone away, right? So that's how it can be connected with my actual planning. But when you want to see the complete process control, you can go inside it and able to see the different charts like this, and these are all chart contains the complete information right there in front of you. So you have different X bar range charts, control limit charts, and the histogram. And all this data can be generated in the form of Excels. Those Excels can be customized in your own formats, and you have the option to export this complete data in different formats. So we have all these supported formats for the well-known SPC modules and SPC softwares like Minitab, ProLink, and Infinity QS. So if you can able to see the SPC report in Excel format, I can show. So this is kind of an Excel, it will be generated, and it's all collectively gathered here. You do not have to touch anything or to make changes in the Excel sound. Actually, it also shows you whether your data is stable or capable along with that. So the Excels are totally editable and can be customized.
Perfect.
Okay. So next question we have is how many documents you have in PPAP? As you know, in NPD, 18 documents is required. Can we customize all documents?
Okay, let me pick up this question because here is a question which also gives me a chance to clarify what exactly when we say PPAP is in our HighQA. As all of us know, PPAP has 18 documents. HighQA Inspection Manager software is not designed to replace those 18 Excels. However, as we mentioned in the beginning, when you are part of a process, for example, you are starting with a 2D drawing, you are ballooning it. After that, you are taking the CMM data, you are doing first article inspection. There you start making certain PPAP documentation like control plan. So this software is designed to make, I hope I'm audible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. This software is designed to produce certain partial documents which requires as a part of the process, not all 18 documents. The reason is, end of the day, high QA is going to manage the vendors. For example, let me take example of, for example, any large organization, be it Tata, be it Godrej, or be it HAL. They have a lot of vendors. These vendors are talking to each other on drawing. For example, if HCL issues a drawing or Tata issues a drawing to their vendors, that is the starting point. And after that, someone need to do the ballooning. After the balloon drawing will go back to the vendor. With the vendor will send the drawing, balloon drawing back to the original organization. So, short answer to your question is all 18 documents will not be possible to generate. However, selected document which require to do basic processes are possible with our PPAP module. Also, I will do a small request. Geo Informatics has people sitting in north, west, and south, as I was showing you their names and pictures. We are just a phone away for the demonstration. My inside sales support staff, my field sales engineers keep visiting you. We can do detailed demonstrations online to your individual needs on your drawings even. So feel free to talk to our people. We are just click away or a phone away from you for these demonstrations.
Okay. I think the last question for the day is, while doing auto ballooning, in some cases, not all the dimensions are ballooned. We try to balloon it manually. It's not reflecting in the inspection plan. What might be the reason for it?
Okay, of course, I can answer, but I want Ayush take it up. This is a common challenge.
Yes. So while doing auto ballooning, some cases, as it is mentioned, some dimensions are ballooned. Okay, so you try to do it manually, but it is not reflecting. So see what happens. There can be multiple reasons. First of all, as we have already discussed, is the quality. Sometimes what happens, our OCR engine works at the pixel level, so it requires a minimum standard height of the pixel, or I would say minimum pixel standard height it requires to read a particular dimension or a text. uh, Even if it can able to read the text, due to some different standards that is opt out on the drawings, which is not aligned, it could not able to read that. Let's say if there are bilateral languages or there are multilingual languages apart from English as of now, it finds it difficult to read. But anyway, you have the option to edit it manually, and you have the option always to use the options, the dimension editor here, to read and to edit what is the required value. So if you can able to see my screen, I can show you. Hope I'm visible to everyone.
Yes, you are visible.
So in case I'm using a fresh white area, so in case if your dimension is not visible and it is showing unknown, and let's say it would have diameter at this place, but the software is not able to uh, locate it and able to recognize it. So we can able to use diameter. We can write D here. Now the software has two options: dimension type, depth, and diameter. But as an alphabetical order, it should be coming depth first. So but why it is given me or suggested me diameter? Because OCRS find out that in the drawing there are most number of dimensions as diameter than rather than depth, so it has suggested me here. Now the another way, I can able to edit the nominal value, which might be any number. And since you have already applied the tolerance table, you can able to use this tool to auto generate the tolerances. That would allow you to exactly get the tolerances which is required as per the range format or as per the decimal format. So when you do that, you will find the gauge category is also applied, that is based on the dimension type here. So you have now the data, you could able to save it, and that won't take more than 4 to 5 seconds, or maybe 10 seconds than this. You can able to go ahead and do the rest of your planning. So
Twinkle, do we have more questions?
No, sir. That's it.
Okay.
I think we are done with it.
Okay. I think from our team, from Sam's side, from our technical team side, and of course all our sales and field sales engineer side, we are very thankful to everyone who is still present there. I am aware this is already 5:30, and very nice to see questions. Very nice to see some of you have given a lot of time. So from Geo Informatics side and from HighQA USA side, we are very, very thankful. Thank you.
Thank you, Sanjeev sir. Thank you, Ayush. Thank you, everyone, for joining. With this, we'll end our webinar. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Twinkle. Thanks, Twinkle, to you as well. Thank you.